por aquí nuevamente la parte 2 de la experiencia mía en Cuba, de los 17 años que estuve en Cuba. This is part 2. One is already up. This is the part 2 of my experience in Cuba, where I lived for 17 years. And to continue the part 2 and welcome to everybody who come through this channel. My channel is my husband and me, Naomi. Welcome, okay, bienvenidos. Y yeah, what I was saying, the sad experience in Cuba, even though I have good times in Cuba, of course, with my friends, my people in church, and so many that I became friends in Cuba, and I still, when I went back 2 years ago, I saw some of them that still in Cuba. I was happy to see them. Some of my dad church member, most of them really, they died. Just probably one or two of them. I saw one. Glad to see her when I went there 2 years ago. But in between the good little times that you have, like my mom, my dad, they used to take us once a year, I think, that I remember, to the beach, taking 3 baths. Something that would probably take 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get to the beach, the closest beach where we used to live. It used to take almost, I don't know, from 5 in the morning, we used to get there to the beach around 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. It used to take 3 baths to get there. Yeah, because in Cuba also, no cars. Just, I don't know, people, I guess, who can get the cars, and people who got better position in the government, you know. And still, Cuba, after 63 years, I'm 57, so imagine, 63 years is still sad to see the streets, sad the way it look, okay? It shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be that way, because Cuba is a beautiful, beautiful island that is being destroyed by the system, okay? The system that many believe and still believe that is still good, but I don't get it. I don't think so. Also, I remember ragu. I put ragu here because I make spaghetti today, and I remember for the 17 years I used to live in Cuba, I remember one time my mom, my dad, they took my sister and me to this restaurant at that time, because now I don't know, but at that time, once in my lifetime, guys, okay? It's, I guess, an Italian restaurant or something, I don't know, but I remember I ordered my spaghetti. It was so good. I never forget that day. My dad used to go, like I say in the last video, my first video, that he used to preach and invite to Pinar del Rio, a beautiful area there. In Pinar del Rio, that's where you see Viñales. Viñales is beautiful, beautiful size of the mountains, and it's beautiful. And he used to go there to preach, and I remember he used to take the train, and sometime in the train they used to give, not give, but sell some like Cuban sandwich with ham and cheese and all that. Something that I eat here often, with bread that cost me like $1 and something, $1 in Walmart, and you can buy the ham, any kind of ham you want, any kind of cheese. Wow. He never eat that. He save it. So I remember every time he go back home after 2 days, he was away to there, preaching there. So every time we knew he was coming back, and hopefully he bring us those sandwiches, because he used to buy it in the train and save it for us, you know. And I remember one time he got home and hi Daddy, how you doing? Hi Daddy. We went straight to the luggage to see if my dad had some sandwich there for us. But I remember one time, or one of those 3 he went to that place to preach, he didn't bring anything. I guess the train didn't have those sandwiches, selling those sandwiches, and he didn't get it. So I was so sad. I'm telling you, in Cuba, I remember every time I used to leave school, I always used to be walking home thinking, God, please, I hope my mom is cooking some chicken. A steak? You see a steak once in 2 months? I don't know. At that time. Now, forget it. We don't have nothing in Cuba. And that was in that time. I left Cuba in 1981. So from 1981, before that, okay? And every time I go home, my mom always has some like grits. Chicharo, I don't know what is a peas. I think that's the little thin peas. I think they call it that. I'm not sure, but I know grits. I never eat those things in here. When I touch this land, for some reason, I don't want to eat that again in my life, okay? But those are the experience that I did have, okay? The persecution against the church, the preachers, and, you or me, me, my family, because we didn't belong to the system, the communist system. So I remember some of the stores when they used to have some, ¿cómo se llama? Materials to make yourself some dress, a skirt, a blouse, I can't remember how you call that. Sorry, guys. But the first people who get those in the store used to be the worker people. Okay? But us, because we didn't belong to the system, we always used to get whatever was left there, okay? And they treated us and all the people who never belonged to the communist system that way, okay? So after years, many immigrated to United States, even before us. Then we came in 1981. Like you all know, many took the hard way in the sea, throwing themselves in a little boat made by themselves. Many of them crazy. I don't do that. I'm sorry, but they done it and they still do. And crossing the ocean, I mean, it's crazy. And many lost their life. Still many losing their life, trying to get a better life. Okay. Now, after many years, the situation in Cuba got worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay. And they still thinking that the system work. I don't get it. And people still clap their hand and do what they tell them to do. I am telling you one thing. If I was in Cuba, nobody gonna tell me you need to do this and do that. No, because if I don't believe in something, nobody gonna tell me what to do. Okay, especially when you know in your own room, in your own house, you don't even have food to give to your kids. When they took away the milk to the kids when they 7 years old, and then after that, probably no toys, no more toys. After I left, even before I left, those little by little away from the kids. The only illusion kids have is just have toys and play and have food, nutrition. All that is completely got worse and worse and worse to the point now it affects all the teachers, the nurses, the doctors, now affecting everybody. Okay, so because now it's affecting everybody, now everybody's getting angry. But see, sometimes you don't have to get to the time to know that something's wrong. Because see, when I have everything, then I don't care. Because as long that I have everything, and even though I don't have a mansion in my house, but I still have a better life than those Cuban around me. I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, whatever, or whatever position you have. You don't care. But then when it touches your skin, that's when you wake up and it's like, oh, wait a minute. Now I'm like them. Now I'm suffering like them. Now I'm like them. I don't have nothing like them. So now it's like everybody's waking up in Cuba, Even though it's still, many of the people still believe in that system, applaud that system. And I don't know, but I can comprehend how you can have anything to give to your kids. Simple thing like a sandwich, ham, a spaghetti that you can buy in the store. You know, you can go different store to buy better brand or cheaper brand, but you can survive, you know. You open the refrigerator there, you know, and you have all kind of cereals, excuse my mess there, but everything, you know, and soap to wash dishes. You take a shower and the hot water is so good. I remember the first time I got here to Miami, the first time I took that shower with that nice soap smelling so good, and I'm like, I didn't want to leave that hot shower, strong shower. You know, the strong water coming down, you know, because you don't see that in there, in Cuba. Cuba still, after 63 years, is still living like in the 1950s. Stay there. The time stop right there, okay? It's so sad, very sad. But that's my experience, you know, in the good time, good friends, with time with friends. In my church, many pastors and kids, we enjoy each other. You know, every time we see each other. And that's the little time we used to have. Play around, go outside. In Cuba, kids go outside because no toys. You go here to any store and you can buy any toy from $1 to whatever. It's toys everywhere you go, okay? In Cuba, the kids don't have that privilege to have toys. Okay, and that, you know, that's what it breaks my heart, really, you know, because why, guy, why? Todavía me emociono. I still get emotional, you know, thinking about it, because no toys. I mean, I don't remember, just that tricycle that I showed you in the first part of my video, you know, and that's it. That's all what I remember. Everything else going outside. Because kids don't have no toys, so they go outside and play with the rock, balls, play baseball, whatever, you know. TV, 2 channels. 2 channels in Cuba, 2 channels, when I used to live there for all those 17 years. Okay? So sometimes at 6 o'clock, they used to put cartoon. So when I sit down to see cartoon, many times the government, what they do, cut the light. They do cut the light. No light. Everything dark in the room for whatever they decide to put it on. So then, what the kids want to do? The only thing they can do is just watch a little bit cartoon when they used to put it at 6 o'clock, I remember, and it was 2 channels at all. That's it, that's it. Go outside and play and run and invent some kind of game yourself and play. Okay? It's nice, but still, the kids have illusion to play with the little games and this and I mean, to that point, to take away even the milks later on. I mean, everything's a street of their way, and that's it. You know? So, freedom, freedom is a privilege that we all have, okay? So, I put my hat on. It's the same day I'm doing this video, the continuation of the first part, okay? Welcome to everybody, okay? So the privilege that I did have to come to the United States in May 1981. It's been 40 years, guys, 40 years, I can't believe it. I was 17, almost 17 when I got here. And I'm 57. I just turned 57 years old, okay? Almost 60 in 3 more years, okay? But I thank God for this land, okay? Even though it's not perfect, it's a privilege that many, still not only Cuba, many other countries wish to be here. But still, the people who live here, they don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate it. They're complaining all the time. Because you know what happens when you give people too much? They don't appreciate it. Like now, you give so much to your kids, huh? They don't appreciate it many times, okay? So like my kids, they grow up here. They don't have no different. They grow up knowing that they have everything around. Knowing they have cars, knowing that they go home and they have some kind of food, okay? So I thank you, United States of America, to give me the privilege, my mom, my dad, my sister, myself, to let us come legally to United States of America, a land of freedom. And that's one thing I thank God, and I always pray that people open the eyes, because I see so many weird things going on in this country that you have to be so careful, guys, because Venezuela, it was nice a few years ago with everything, and look at Venezuela now. So like a cancer, you gotta be careful, because it just go little by little, and when you see, it's already damaged the whole body. So that's the same way in any city, any country, in your life, spiritual too. You know, if you let it grow, it's gonna damage the whole system, it's gonna damage the whole kingdom, it's gonna damage the whole country, okay? Like a cancer. So we have to be alert. Be alert. Be careful. I don't care who you are, where you are. Be careful who you choose to be your leader in your home, in your country, in your city, okay, in your kingdom. Porque hay reyes todavía. We still have kings and queens and all that stuff, okay? So because on that depend, look, Cuba. See what happened? They thought Fidel Castro was a nice guy. Yeah, right. For the own people, his own family, the rest, he don't care. He look like he care, okay? But he don't care. Look at Cuba the way it is. So many families, separation of the family, so many dies, you know, and it's so sad. Yeah. So this is my second part of the video, the number 1, and this is part 2, the continuation to thank God and to let you guys know my experience, okay, that even though we went through the persecution with my dad, and many of the pastors went through the same thing, they follow us many times. I remember one occasion they did follow, and I knew there was follow, and I told my dad, and yeah. So, you know, God always protect us, and He can protect you wherever you are, wherever your situation. Maybe here, in another country. Always ask God to be with you, to protect you, to supply your needs. Stay away from trouble, because trouble never gonna bring anything good. That's number one, okay? And choose wise. You have to choose wise in every part of your life. Not only spiritual, but also in relationship, everything, okay? When you vote for any leadership and everything, even in church, you have to be careful, because not everything look nice, and it look nice, but it's not. And then that's it. When you choose that, that's it. Then you have to live forever to any change, forever with the consequences, because you choose the wrong path, you know, the wrong choice. So yeah, I'm so glad. This is fake, but I have all this, and I remember the first time I ate some apple. I never eat apple in my whole life. The first time I ate how you call the grape? So good, the grapes. So many fruit that you go to the store and you have the privilege to buy everything. You go to I bet everybody, even if you have apartment, home, or whatever, everybody, one way or the other, you always have so much things, okay? And we're so used to have so much that, you know, many do not appreciate it. I always thank God for the first time I touched this land. I still thank God. And I've been married 33 years, and still my husband knows that sometimes even when I'm taking a shower, I say, thank you, God, for give me the soap, give me the water, the hot water, the privilege that we still have, okay? Because it's a privilege that we have. It's a blessing that we have, okay? Because we really don't deserve anything, all right? So always remember, God give and God can take away, all right? And we need to be smart what we do. Even in the country, we need to know what we do, okay? The choices we make, okay? Because that can lead us to difficult time or good time. It depends on our choice, okay? So yeah, that was it. My experience, I can talk a lot of many other things that we went through. They used to make people who used to work, because they used to tell them, if you don't belong to us, to the communist system, then you're going to be without a job. It sounds familiar here too? You're going to be without a job. So what do people do? Oh, I have kids. I can't lose my job, so I got to stay. Even though inside of them, they knew the system don't work, but they don't have the guts to say, no, I'm not belong to that stuff. I don't believe in that. Why are you going to tell me what to do? They pressure people to do that. So many churches stay empty. Many people start going to church and choose a few people in church just to go, very little. And it's crazy. And that's the way they work, Monday here, Monday there. Don't do this, don't do that. Or you're gonna lose your job if you don't do this. And that's what they did in Cuba too. And it's weird, because it's like, wow, it's so sad, okay? So, but no, thanks God that don't give up hope. And I keep praying for this country and the leaders, any leaders in the cities, any leaders, the human being. We all make mistakes. We have to keep praying for them, for wisdom, because sometimes, oops, I made that mistake. Oops, I shouldn't do that, and it's too late sometimes when they do mistakes. So we as Christians, and we need to really, sometimes we don't do that, really, including me. Sometimes we forget to pray for the situation in the countries, in the world, okay, the leaders. So, just keep praying for this country, for the whole world. Keep praying for Cuba, the people who fighting now for Cuba. God bless you, and continue blessing you, the pastor, and that's it. That's my experience, and that's what I wanted to tell you. Never give up. Never give up. People in Cuba, no se den por vencida la gente en Cuba, okay? Sigan fajando, sigan luchando. Keep fighting for the freedom. It's nothing better than to have a freedom to do, not to do whatever always you want to do, because that's not good, but the freedom like normal things, ¿Entiende? Y que you can go to the store, buy your own thing, you got a job, it's beautiful. So I just want to thank God that I'm here. Bless those, okay? Bless those out there. God bless you. And I hope this, talk to your heart to be alert. Be alert. Be alert around you, what's going on in the whole world, okay? And let's keep praying. God bless you guys. Bye.